Technically, we usually think of chips and crackers as a snack food, but they can be healthy. And here to give us some of the highlights, we have Andrea Erickson from Hy-Vee. Good morning.
Good morning.
Now, we normally think about chips and crackers as snack foods, but there are some alternatives that might be a little bit better for you.
Yeah, chips and crackers specifically have really come a long way. If you take a couple minutes just to kind of see what's new out there in the aisles, you're going to see a lot of different brands, a lot of different flavor combinations that you may not have seen before.
So what are the key things to look for?
Yeah, so when you're going to use a cracker or a chip as part of a meal, the biggest things that I recommend you look for are variations that have seeds or nuts in them.
Okay.
So there's different options here, for instance, with chia seeds in it, flaxseed, some with pumpkin seed in it. That's just going to give you more fiber and more protein.
Okay.
That's going to be a good option for you.
And a little bit of flavor too, right?
And a lot of flavor, yep. And then the other thing to look for is chips and crackers are also using different flours now. So instead of just enriched flour, they're using, or enriched wheat flour, they're using things like quinoa flour or bean flour.
And that's some down here.
These are the ones down here. Some use rice flour, but different buckwheat flour, so different whole grain type flours that they're using that adds a little bit more nutrition, a little bit of variety in what you're eating.
And what about the sodium? We always think of it as a salty snack. So how much should we look for?
Yeah, well, like you mentioned with the seeds and the nuts that add flavor, some of these products don't need to add as much sodium then to get the flavor. So I'm not saying across the board they're all going to be low sodium, but if you use the 140 milligrams or less
Per serving.
that's a good way to look for one that's lower in sodium.
And that's always listed on the box too.
And a lot of these with these good quality ingredients, they are going to be a little bit lower in sodium.
Okay.
Also.
Now let's talk a little bit about portion control too, because even though it's a healthier thing, it doesn't mean you can eat the whole box.
That's right. That's right. So I highly recommend using it with your meal or with your snack. So one of these packages should last you a whole week.
Okay, so like a box
reference.
like this, if you're going to a party, this should be for about 6 people.
Sure.
Or 6 servings. So don't get too carried away with the whole thing.
That's
or
right.
what's your favorite out of all of these?
Oh, I like a lot of them, but the chia seed nut thin crackers are my new favorite.
Wonderful. Well, a lot of things we've never seen. What part of the store do we look for?
In the Hy-Vee stores, you're going to be looking in the health market.
Okay, and obviously they are a little bit healthier. Well, thanks for explaining it all to us,
You're
Andrea.
welcome. You're welcome.